Hi, my name is Franklin Nolan. Today's date is September 9th, 2015. We are reading a waiver of Section 402 Alpha of the Congressional Budget Act with respect to consideration of S9, 95th Congress and First Session Senate number 289, report number 95-310, docket 95/1, SRPT 310. June 28th, legislation date, May 18th, 1977, order to be printed. Mr. Miniski from the Committee on the Budget submitted of the following report to Company SRES 204. The Committee on the Budget, to which was referred in Resolution Senate Resolution 204, waiving Section 402 Alpha of the Congressional Budget and Impound Control Act of 1974, with respect to consideration of S9 to authorize funds for the management of outer continental shelf oil and natural gas, and the protection of marine and coastal environment. Having considered the same report favorably thereon, the recommends that the resolution be agreed to. Purpose of resolution. Section 402 Alpha, the Congressional Budget Act of 1974, provides that it shall not be in order in either the House or the Senate to consider any bill or resolution which directly or indirectly affects authorization enactment of the new budget, authorize the authority for fiscal year unless the bill or resolution is reported in the House or Senate, as the case may be, on or before May 15th, preceding the beginning of such fiscal year, because S9, which authorizes enactment of a new bill, budgeting authority which would become available fiscal year 1977 and fiscal 1978, which reported on June 21, 1977, a resolution waiving Section 402 Alpha of the Budget Act, which, with respect to S9, must be adopted before this bill can be considered by the Senate. The reporting favorably on resolution, the Budget Committee is simply recommending that the Senate process to consideration of S9 is not prejudging the merits of the bill. Committee criteria. The Budget Committee is extremely reluctant to recommend that the adoption of this resolution waiving Section 402 Alpha of the Budget Act. This section is included in the Budget Act to ensure that all authorized and authorizing the legislation is considered as far as possible in the advance of fiscal year in which it is taken effect, that it could be considered in the formulation of the first concurrent resolution. In addition, this section was included to provide the Appropriations Committee with some reasonable notice of needed appropriations for the fiscal coming year, so the Appropriations Committee can meet for the appropriations timetable spelled out in the Budget Act. Legislation authorities. Authorizing the enactment of a new budget authority which is reported to Senate after May 15th could delay the enactment of the Appropriations Bill past Budget Act deadline of 7 days after Labor Day. For the completion of this entire appropriations process, the legislation history of the Budget Act indicates that the May 15th reporting deadline is not to be lightly waived. Under these circumstances, the Budget Committee, in deciding whether to favorably report resolutions waiving Section 402 Alpha of the Budget Act, will consider factors including the reporting committee's effort meeting on May 15th deadline, the delay of the appropriations process endangered by the late reporting of the authorization, and whether the enactment of the authorization will significantly affect the national priorities established in the congressional budget. National implications. S9 authorizes appropriations of $70 million for the fiscal year of 1977, $56 million for fiscal 1978, and approximately $20 million per year for fiscal year 1979 through 82. The bill is indirectly authorized $54 million for fiscal 1978. According to Committee on Energy and Natural Resources, S9 has its purpose to establish the policy for management of oil, natural gases in the outer continental shelf, to protect the maritime and coastal environment, to amend the Outer Continental Shelf Lands Act, and other purposes. The bill calls for an expeditious development of the OCS with environmental safeguards and maintenance of the competition. It authorizes a wide variety of new bidding systems and designed to decrease the front cash requirement for leases. It provides for increased grants to state and enumerate, whatever that means, arise impact results for OCS energy development activities, and establishments for 2 funds of offshore oil pollution compensation funds and fishery contingency funds. While the budget authority and outline estimate for the measure can be accommodated within the congressional budget ceilings for both fiscal year 1977 and fiscal year 1978, the S9 will result in an established loss of OCS receipts of $25 million in fiscal year 1978, and as a consequence, the target of the 950 may be breached by the amount if its previous estimates do not change. Energy and the Natural Resources Committee made a good faith effort to comply with the May 15th reporting deadline, but the commitment in committee to delay in reporting the bill because a number of major bills on the subject were not within the jurisdiction until passage of the Senate Resolution 4, which the Senate was recognized. The administration did not submit the energy plan to Congress until April. Consideration of the S9 would not delay the appropriations process since funds could be accommodated in supplemental. The dollar amounts of this bill have not been significantly macroeconomic impact, will not have a significant microeconomic impact. Under these circumstances, the Budget Committee reports favorably on Senate Resolution 204 and recommends that it be adopted. SR 310. Waiver of Section 402 Alpha on the consideration budget with respect to consideration of S9. 95th Congress, First Session, Senate Calendar Number 289, Report Number 95-310, Docket 95/1, SRPT 310, today's date 09/09/2015.